Good morning, everybody. In today's video we are going to cover the next couple of storm systems. We're going to start off here looking at the European model, and our first storm that we are tracking over the course of the next couple days here is this storm system that is developing over the Colorado Rockies. This storm system, as we take it forward here into later today, will develop a good swath of snow and rain as well in the lower elevations. This storm system will be very elevation dependent here out in the Colorado Rockies. Obviously the higher elevations will see the most amount of snow out of this system. And this system will continue to push into the Great Lakes region here in the upper Midwest, I should say. Eastern areas will see rain out of the system. There will be a light swath of snow here on the northwestern side. And going forward here into Thursday morning, snow will continue to linger here over the Colorado Rockies as a second system begins to develop behind the first system. Now, when we take a look here going into Thursday, this system begins the weekend, it begins to weaken here, and the first system here begins to push off into Canada. And most areas, again, will see rain out of that first system. Minor exceptions being far northern parts of Wisconsin and Minnesota there. Now, taking a look at snowfall amounts with this first system across the Colorado Rockies. Now, again, this is going to be very elevation dependent, so take this snow map for a grain of salt here because it's not going to be 100% accurate, but you can get a pretty good feel for some areas will see little to no snow, and then if you just go up a few thousand feet in elevation, you're seeing a good amount of snow. So some areas might only see a couple inches while others see a couple feet of snow over the course of the next 72 hours here. Now, we know many of you that are subscribed to our channel are from Pennsylvania or the Northeast, so this storm might not interest you too much, but as we take a look here, a few days later, we are tracking a second storm, and this storm could produce some wintry precipitation across maybe not Pennsylvania, but definitely somewhere in the Northeast going into the weekend. So we're going to take a look here. Same model here, the European model. There's going to be an area of rain that will fall across the Mid-Atlantic region during the day Friday. This really isn't our system that we're watching. We're going to watch this area of precipitation develop across eastern Texas here in Louisiana and Arkansas. A low pressure will begin to form here as we go into Friday night. And you can see here it is very weak, definitely not a strong system to start out. And now as we take it forward here into Saturday morning, this storm system will begin to push through the Tennessee Valley here. And for anyone that is subscribed from the Pennsylvania area, now many of you come for our Facebook page, this isn't exactly a track to produce wintry weather, especially for our southern and eastern areas. Verbatim here, this model run does deliver mostly rain, but it begins to start off as some freezing rain across the Appalachian Mountains here. And this is valid here for Saturday at 7 p.m. But you'll see that there is an area of snow here on the northwestern side. And going into early parts of Sunday morning, this is going to be Sunday 1 a.m. So while many of us are sleeping, across northern Pennsylvania here, there is a strip of freezing rain and even some sleet mixed in. And snow again continues to fall across northern parts of Ohio and parts of Michigan. Now, this storm system begins to transfer to the coast. Now, in the winter months, we mentioned transferring a lot. So the same thing goes for this storm as well. The quicker this transfers, the colder this scenario will be. So, the storm system being taken into Lake Erie, just about here at, again, this is still 1 a.m. Sunday morning. This will lead to a mainly warm scenario, with the exceptions of that freezing rain potential. But the sooner that transfers to the coast, that will lead to a snowier or winterier solution here. And you'll see this transfer during the next couple of frames. It begins to transfer right off the New Jersey coast. And look what happens when it transfers off to the coast. You see a much larger area of wintry precipitation, a good area of snow here, but for Pennsylvania followers, this is now in upstate New York, and that's where these areas do benefit with some snowfall and points northward as well. Now we're going to take a closer look at the same surface map here. It's a zoomed in look over the northeast so you guys can see what I'm talking about a little bit better. So this is Saturday, 7 p.m. You can already see some freezing rain break out across the Appalachian Mountains. And then taking it into 1 a.m. here, Sunday morning. Poconos are seeing some freezing rain. Snow is beginning to break out across upstate New York. But again, this storm system is just about all the way to the Erie area, a little bit south of there. If this storm system were to transfer around West Virginia, much of Pennsylvania and points northward would see more wintry precipitation out of this. But because it does drive into northwest PA here before it transfers, that will lead to mainly rain if this particular run verifies. Now, we are still a good 4 days out from this system, so a lot can change from now until then. But again, we are favoring a more rainy solution as we currently track this storm for the Pennsylvania area. Again, we know many of you have come from our Facebook page, so as of right now, those looking for an accumulating snowfall, we don't think it will be with this storm, but it's definitely worth tracking going forward. Now, if you come from areas of upstate New York and New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine, and even parts of interior Massachusetts, these areas could see another round of accumulating snowfall going into Sunday morning. So we'll take it out here to, this is Sunday, 7 a.m. Again, this pretty much transfers right off the New Jersey coast, right towards New York City, really. And right as it does so, the precipitation changes to frozen, mainly for the interior here. Far western PA does get into some snow, but again, accumulations will be very minimal for these areas. In your darker blues, that's where you'll get your accumulating snow. And there's even a area of freezing rain and sleet, and that could be significant depending on how quickly temperatures stay above, or how quickly they drop below 32. And taking it forward here, the storm system really gains strength as it develops over the southern New England coast. Again, darker blues indicate heavy snow, so this is pretty substantial snow falling across upstate New York and Vermont, New Hampshire, as well as Maine going forward here. Far western areas of Massachusetts will see a good amount of snow from this particular run. Now, we're not saying this is an official forecast, we're just looking at the European model here. Other model runs have a little different scenario. And we'll take it out here just to show you. This goes all the way into Monday morning, and if this verifies, Maine will see a lot of snow from this system. Interior Maine, that is. But, again, we'll take a look at the snowfall map here just to give you guys a general idea of who could see significant snow out of this. And here you are, a good area of 6 to 12, even some areas seeing more than 12 inches of snow across parts of Vermont, New Hampshire, and into Maine here. And a good area of 3 to 6 inches across upstate New York. Now, this particular model run, the European model run, again, this is not a forecast, this is just giving you an idea of what might fall. But again, if this storm system does transfer a bit sooner, you can take these blues and even purples pretty far down into PA and even across parts of southern New England here. You extend this about like 50 miles south, and this part maybe 100 miles southwest, and then you could get your substantial snows into parts of Pennsylvania. Now, the I-95, it's not looking likely this time around. Again, we're only into the 3rd and 4th week of November, so we're not into the time of year where these areas normally see snow anyhow. I do want to quickly mention here, just to show you guys, the temperatures will be very, very borderline to 32. We're going to take a look at the surface map again here. We're going to bring it back here to hour 93. This is about when the precipitation is arriving. And then we'll compare it to the temperature map. So many areas have temperatures in the upper 30s to lower 40s, far exceptions being the interior northeast here. But look at parts of West Virginia. These yellows indicate upwards of 60 degrees. That's where your storm system is, where the path is. So it's tracking right towards western PA, and wherever that storm track takes, the warmer the temperatures will be. But going forward here, we'll see temperatures again rise across southwest PA because that is about where our storm system is. We'll take it to hour 99 here just to show you that on the surface map. And you can see that lines up pretty well with where the low pressure is. Now temperatures across the interior, very borderline around that 32 degrees. So even areas that might see rain out of the system, temperatures might be around 33. So we'll have to keep an eye out for some freezing rain across Pennsylvania and upstate New York. Those areas seem to be in the best shot for some freezing rain going into Saturday night. And then we'll just quickly go forward here. So we're now on like the peak of the storm here. Temperatures off the coast here, because once that storm really gets going, it really warms up the temperatures near the, or I should say the locations near the ocean here. But the interior northeast remains anywhere from 32, 34 degrees. Now far interior, you'll be fine with having temperatures plenty supportive for snow. So again, we'll take a look at the snowfall map one more time here, just to give you guys an idea. We'll have an article update for Pennsylvania posted this afternoon and evening if we feel the need to post it. If we're just going to see rain out of this storm system, you probably won't see an article from us until tomorrow. But it's definitely something to keep an eye out for, some frozen precipitation across Pennsylvania. But right now we do see this as a mainly interior northeast event. Keep it here for the latest, and we'll have much more on this system as well as other systems going into the future.